Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about my journey shifting from like everyday anxiety, worried about just trying to check off my to-do list, to infusing this sense of vacation vibes mindset into my everyday life because who doesn't want to feel like they're on vacation every day, right? So let's go way back to like childhood. So when I was a kid, I was always a little bit anxious. Like I involved myself in like what other people were doing way too much. And I was always like kind of bossy. So when I got into my late teens, it started to get a little bit more noticeable. I think for most people, it probably looked like I just had like, type A personality, like get that shit done and like be awesome at everything you do and work your butt off. And I was really focused and really driven, and it served a purpose. Like I did well. And it didn't really show up too much as being a problem until I'd say it started affecting my relationships. So especially with family members, like that whole like fix it attitude was just too much. Like I would get way too involved in other people's relationships, like things that didn't even involve me. And it's kind of funny because like you almost see my path into becoming a therapist, right? Like I just wanted to jump in there and like help people. But it was inappropriate in that context. And so I ended up fighting other people's fights for them, and it was just too much. But overall, like long term, it didn't cause any like long-term consequences. Like I just felt like this amount of like conflict and anxiety when I saw other people struggling, like that was normal to me. And it didn't really come to a head until I'd say I was in grad school and when I was studying to become a marriage and family therapist. Because at that point, I was really out of my comfort zone. And I was in this learning environment and I couldn't cut myself any slack. Like I just wanted to be perfect at everything I did and was learning. And it started showing up in small ways. And I say small because I was ignoring them at the time. But things like grinding my teeth at night and this like constant tension, like it was like I was holding myself like tensely all the time. And the racing thoughts. Oh my goodness. Like I could never just like be doing what I was doing. I was always thinking about what was coming next and worrying about like what I was going to do and how I was going to get it all done. And I think grad school is really what like came to a head for me because there was always long-term stuff going on. Like there was no relief. There was always something that I could be thinking about and trying to be better at. And falling asleep became really difficult. I was having like dreams about the stuff I still had to be doing. Like it was like I was always working or at school, even in my sleep. So I was pretty much exhausted. And I kind of chalked it up to like, this is just how grad school is for people. Like it's hard. But then right before graduation, my eyes started twitching, and that's when I knew something was really up, because the only times in life when my eye had twitched was when I was like really stressed out. So when I was working summer jobs waitressing and like just, it was just a mess. Like I wasn't good at that. But those moments where I was really, really stressed and I was in a new job and I was working and it was hectic and fast paced, like those are the moments in the past when I would get this twitchy eye. And so I knew what was up at that point. I was like, oh goodness, here we go. So after graduation, I realized like as much as I loved working with my clients and loved doing therapy, like I needed to straighten myself out, because I knew deep down that like if I wasn't in a good place, how could I possibly be helping people as well as I potentially could, right? So I took that summer off, kind of like as like a really long mental health break. And it was good. I started investing in myself quite a bit. So I started exercising a lot. I got into doing yoga. I was spending time with my animals and my husband. And it was just nice. It was what I needed. But I didn't quite have things fully sorted out. Like I knew, like thinking about getting a job and going back into doing therapy, like I knew that's what I wanted to be doing, but I didn't quite felt ready. Like something was holding me back. And in the fall, my husband and I were able to go on vacation down to Mexico with our family. And that's when things kind of clicked. Like all of a sudden, I was super relaxed and like totally content with what I was doing, who I was. Like every day, it felt amazing. And I'm sure you guys are all sitting there like, well, duh, Chelsea, like that's vacation. Of course, people feel good when they don't have anything to like worry about and stress about. And yeah, I totally get that. But this was like the first time I had ever felt that much relaxation. Like I've been on vacation before. It didn't feel like this. So when I came home, I realized like I needed to do whatever was in my power to feel that way and have some of that like just peaceful ease in my life, like on an everyday basis. Like I didn't want to constantly be rushing around anymore. I didn't want to worry so much about what other people thought of me. Like I just wanted to be good with who I was and where I was. Because for so long I kept waiting for things to get better and to feel better. And I kept thinking like, well, if I just do this, then this will happen and everything will come together and then I'll be happy. Like there was in my mind this finish line where I would then be happy. And the reality is like, that's not how life works. So I wanted to infuse this sense of being happy and being content and being in the moment and not constantly being worried about what was coming next, like in my day-to-day life. So that's when I got pretty serious about starting a meditation practice. And oh my goodness, I can't even express to you how much this has changed my life. Like for the first time, I was able to let go of all this baggage I've been carrying around with me. Like all these like negative thoughts about myself and that I wasn't good enough. And I just felt this sense of peace with who I was. Like I didn't need to be in better shape or have a different haircut or style or have new clothes or make more money or get a better job. Like those things just, it didn't need to happen for me to be happy suddenly. And I was amazed by that. And so it slowly built. Like I just started feeling better, and those moments of peacefulness and happiness and being able to let other people live their lives and still being there to support them, but not feeling like I had to fix them in order to feel okay myself. Like that was the biggest relief for me, because then I could actually engage with people in a way that like we felt connected and I could express my love and caring without this tension. Anyway, obviously, I'm a big fan of what happened because it's been incredible for my life. Like I can honestly say that like I'm in a place where I never thought it existed. Like that's the reality. I didn't know that this could be this way. So that's why I've kind of come full circle in finding my way as a therapist and being able to give back and really focusing on women who carry so much anxiety and worry and fear and love for the people around them, but just want to be happy and want to enjoy the day without waiting for the better thing to happen. Because the reality is like there's always something else. There's always some goal that we're going to be working towards, and that's incredible, and we're focused and driven and like getting shit done, right? But we can be okay on that journey, and that's really to me what life is about. And that's why I am so passionate about sharing this with you guys, because I want you to feel this way. And that's a big part of why I share this message, is because I didn't know this existed. So I'm so excited to be able to talk to you guys about it and share my path and my knowledge as a therapist, because it's so important that we all get to enjoy our lives and like be happy with where we're at. So that's really why I want to be able to give back to you guys. And I've created this Facebook group where I get to work with so many amazing women who are on this journey themselves and really wanting to shift out of like the overwhelm and the worry and the fears and anxiety that is just like plaguing them every day, and really getting to start to like shift from the peaceful moments to being like the peaceful reality with like obviously the natural ups and downs. Because what I've noticed is that when my clients and the women in this group are able to shift into the space of feeling so good, is that they have these incredible relationships with the people around them, because they're able to bring this amazing energy and love and share it. And it's so cool to see. So obviously, I'm a big fan. And I love being able to be in this group. We do some fun trainings, and there's tons of inspiration and support. And I think to me, the biggest piece is everyone not feeling alone. That like we all have these moments. Life is not this perfect, like easy breezy day. There's ups and downs, and it's really all about being able to navigate those natural bumps in the road without being totally thrown off. So I want that for you guys so much. So we do lots of cool things in the group. I'm there all the time. But if you are ready to like say goodbye to overwhelm, like no more of that, and really step into this like vacation vibes every day feeling, then this is definitely the place for you. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Take care.